Okay, so today we're diving into a future where AI isn't just helping designers out, it is the design team. We're looking at a fascinating research paper that maps out this whole evolution, basically from AI as a helpful co-pilot all the way to an AI that could be the CEO of the entire creative process. I mean, really think about it for a second. The stuff we use every day, like a new phone or even an airplane, they are absolute masterpieces of complexity. Designing them takes thousands of decisions. You're balancing countless things from physics and materials to costs and how you're even going to build it. For the longest time, that was all on us, all human brain power. But AI has been quietly changing the game in the background, and it's about to take a massive leap forward. All right, before we get any deeper, let's get one thing crystal clear. When we say intelligent design in this explainer, we are talking about something super specific. It's a field within AI and engineering that's all about putting automation and learning right into the design process. Okay? So, with that out of the way, let's look at how we got here. To really get where we're going, we first have to understand where we've been. The story of AI in design isn't just one big bang. It's this unfolding narrative of AI getting smarter and more independent, and it's been happening for decades. This diagram right here from the paper, this is basically our roadmap for today. It breaks down the whole journey into 4 distinct eras of intelligent design, or ID for short. We kick things off back in the 80s with ID 1.0, which was all about rules. Then we move to ID 2.0 with machine learning, then ID 3.0, which is powered by the big models we see today, and finally, we're going to look at the future, ID 4.0, the age of AI agents. So let's zoom in on those first 2 major shifts. This is really where AI went from being kind of like a rigid librarian that could only follow the rules it was given, to being more like a sharp data analyst that could actually learn and spot patterns all on its own. Back in the ID 1.0 days, these systems were built on rules that humans programmed in one by one. You can think of it like a giant, super detailed instruction manual. Experts would write down their knowledge, and the AI would just follow the script. But then, with ID 2.0, the whole game changed. Instead of hard-coded rules, these new systems learned straight from data, finding connections and patterns that a person might never even see. And the difference is just, wow, it's striking when you see it. On the left, you've got an ID 1.0 system that's basically a smart search engine for nature, pulling up existing designs based on rules. But look at the right. That ID 2.0 system isn't just finding stuff, it's generating a brand new mechanical design based on what it learned from data. That's the huge jump from finding answers to actually creating them. And that brings us right up to the modern day, ID 3.0. This is the world of large language models, LLMs, you know the drill. And this is where AI really stops being just a tool and starts becoming a true creative partner. And this is what's happening right now. On the left, a system that can generate a 3D CAD model just from you typing a description. You type design a gear, it builds it. It's wild. On the right, another system uses an LLM to systematically come up with innovative solutions to a design problem. This is AI as a creative co-pilot, for real, helping with everything from brainstorming ideas to modeling the nitty-gritty details. But as the authors point out, this isn't just about having a cool chatbot on the side. The really critical idea here is that these powerful AI models are being woven deep into the fabric of the design software itself. They're becoming a core part of the system, not just some optional add-on. And all of that leads us to the main event, the core idea of this paper, what they call Intelligent Design 4.0. If ID 3.0 gave us an AI co-pilot, well, ID 4.0 is going to give us an entire autonomous AI design team. Now, to get your head around ID 4.0, you have to start with its basic building block, the AI agent. This diagram shows that an agent isn't just a model, it's a whole autonomous system. It can see what's going on, it can talk to us, it can use tools, and it can actually take action to get a job done. In other words, it has agency. It can do things. So here it is. The big, mind-bending leap of ID 4.0 is this. You don't rely on one single general-purpose AI to do everything. Instead, you build a whole team of specialized AI agents. each agent has its own specific job, and they work together, they collaborate to handle a complex design project from beginning to end. And here's the blueprint for it, the framework for ID 4.0. It looks like a lot, but it's pretty straightforward. On the left, you've got a standard 5-stage design process. And on the right, you see how that whole process is handled by this team of AI agents. You have stage-level agents who are like the project managers for the big picture tasks, like brainstorming or final tweaks. And then they can call on a whole pool of functional agents who are the specialists for specific jobs, like searching the web, doing CAD modeling, or running a simulation. Let's just walk through that real quick. The AI team would tackle a project pretty much like a human team would. First, it clarifies exactly what the task is. Then it brainstorms a bunch of concepts. After that, it turns those ideas into more concrete forms, refines all the details, and finally, it optimizes the whole design. The crazy part is, this is all being coordinated and carried out autonomously by these AI agents. This vision of a fully autonomous AI design team, it's incredibly powerful. But, as the paper's conclusion makes very clear, we're not quite there yet. There are still some pretty significant hurdles we need to get over, which, of course, are also huge opportunities for innovation. The paper boils down the challenges into 4 big ones. First, getting these systems to handle way more complex designs that involve multiple types of physics. Second, making sure the designs they create are actually practical and you can build them in the real world. Third, just getting the AI agents to collaborate with each other more smoothly. And finally, and this is the most profound one of all, moving toward an AI that can actually set its own goals. And that last point, it blows the doors off everything, right? It raises this massive question. For all of human history, we've been the ones who set the problems for our tools to solve. But what happens if an AI can identify a need in the world and decide on a design goal all by itself? What does that even mean for things like authorship, creativity, or who's ultimately responsible? So what does all this mean for us? For our role in the future? It means we're watching more than just some new tech evolve. This is a fundamental shift in the entire relationship between humans and machines in the creative process. And that's really the ultimate takeaway here. The whole journey we've just traced, from ID 1.0 all the way to 4.0, it's about AI growing up from being a simple problem solver to becoming a problem setter. And that line between the two is getting blurrier every single day. This paper gives us a pretty clear look into a future that's coming up way faster than I think most of us realize. And that's what we do here. We break down the concepts that are shaping our world. We're a vibe doc, and our whole mission is to document the vibe of this AI-powered future. So if you want to keep up with these massive shifts, make sure you subscribe. And definitely let us know what you think about AI design teams down in the comments. Thanks for tuning in.